Last week, we managed to make massive progress on this seemingly never-ending project. For those of you that are new here, I decided a few months ago that this television storage area was not working for me, and figured that I could make my own built-in entertainment center with absolutely no experience. Because how hard could it be, right? Wrong. So wrong. I ended up taking a break from this project out of sheer frustration, but I am back now and ready to make huge strides. So it has come to my attention recently that I want this done. It has been in this halfway stage for months, and I am finally at the point where I'm over it. I want a completed project. So we're gonna go do exactly that. So the next thing that I have to do for this project is I have to drill in shelf supports like these ones here, because it basically has to be able to sustain the weight of all of Tim's books that he doesn't read.
What? No. Hold on. Wait a minute.
All of the books he doesn't read. There's a lot of them.
I may have a collection, but I read them and I use them. You have more books than I do. I have my Kindle. Okay.
When was the last time you played Dungeons and Dragons, Tim?
It's been a hot minute, but that was for family. That was for a family event.
Have you ever played Dungeons and Dragons? I love the pause. That's
so okay. My brother-in-law wanted to play.
This bitch is heavy.
So we had to buy the books to figure it out.
You feel how heavy that is? I was gonna say, now you understand what it's like to carry the weight of this relationship on your back. It also has to be able to sustain the weight of all 50 seasons of House that you haven't even opened.
They were a gift to me.
Didn't you say someone dumped them on your door?
No, somebody dumped them legitimately on the side of the street.
So it's roadkill?
No, somebody didn't want it, so I grabbed them all. Dude, it was a great steal, and somebody just left them there. They didn't want them, so
what in the white trash f***ery is that, Tim?
Hugh, what's his name? Not Hugh Grant, Hugh Hefner.
Well, I have made my point.
Huey Lewis in the news. What's his name?
Can you shut the... Oh my God.
Am I talking over your YouTube channel again? You mean my YouTube channel? The one I support. What's this guy's name?
How do you support this channel?
Dude, I did 2 episodes all by myself.
Okay, so anyways, like I said, I need to be able to build shelf supports that are strong enough to withhold all of Tim's books and his audacity. So.
What is this guy's name? Hugh?
Okay, I'm gonna go cut those while he tries to figure out what actor is in House.
Seriously, what's this guy's name? It's Hugh something.
God damn, this is heavy. Okay, so I have forgotten scissors again, but I have this tiny little knife on my keys. I should be cutting these theoretically down to 42 1/8 inch. So right about there. I feel like I should probably go test it to make sure that even though this is the measurement that I took, that it actually does fit snug in the bookcase. So this is definitely why we check, because even though it does fit, there's still a bit of a gap here. So all the other pieces that I cut, I'm gonna tighten that up a bit. So now I have to cut this piece of wood in half. I have to put in middle supports. So I have to leave a gap for that to put a board in there. And perfect, they're identical. Okay, so now with this cut, this means that theoretically, this should be spaced out almost perfectly to fit. So it's not. I have to, I gotta shave down some of that. There's way too much lack of gap here. So now that we have the middle cut out, that means that I have to bring this upstairs and determine what we need the depth to be on the sides. All right, that looks wide enough now to put this board in the middle. Boom, there we go. Perfect. But now I need to measure this distance so that I can figure out how long these pieces need to be on the side. Just under 14 and a half. Perfect fit. There we go. I've talked about this before, but for those of you that don't know, I don't use stud finders, which I know is sacrilege for some people, but I'm going to show you how I do it and then the reason why, and it'll kind of make sense. So I feel like I notoriously can't get stud finders to work, and that's okay because this method doesn't require that. So what you're supposed to do is you knock. It has a different sound when you're hitting drywall and it's hollow versus when you hit a stud, it has a different sound. The best way to test this out is you take a nail and you smack it into the wall, and if that just sinks in right away, then it's drywall. But if it has resistance when you smack it, then it means you hit a stud. I found one right here. Now that's a stud. Now I do this because my dad taught me to do this. And the reason why my dad does it is because he doesn't give a Guess it runs in the family, I suppose. All right, so now that I have all of the shelf supports, all of these bad boys, all cut up and ready to go. Oh, actually, I still need this. I need to drill pocket holes in them because we live in Southern California and we are located on the San Andreas fault line. It means that we get a lot of earthquakes here, like quite a few, and some of them can be really strong. So everything here has to be built with earthquake protection. So that means that all of this has to be fastened into the studs so that if the house shakes, or when it does, when we have another kind of nasty earthquake, that the whole thing doesn't topple over. So the idea is if I drill a pocket hole right here and I drill it into this board here, this board is drilled into the studs in the wall. So basically by virtue of cutting a pocket hole or drilling a pocket hole right here, it is going to fasten all of this into the studs into the wall, and then it can't topple over. So that's what I'm going to do.
Unless you want
I thought you said you don't burp.
I never said that. What did I say that?
The camera cut out when you were burping.
I would never, on camera,
Oh my god.
accuse me of such ungentlemanly atrocities. How the fuck doesn't this unscrew? Oh, there it goes. There it goes.
As you can see,
Ungentlemanly atrocities.
As you can see, I am again doing everything.
The f***? Come on.
I'm going to insert the clip of you being like the gentlemanly atrocities.
Oh, well, yeah.
You said that
Let's go.
You said that before. Okay. What do you want from me?
We're going to start here
Shut up.
because we already know where these go.
Did we do the other side already? No, we didn't.
No. We gotta go do that side now.
Just do it all myself. Excuse me.
I already drilled it into the wall.
The master driller has stepped in. Were you gonna help me with the other side or not?
You thought you were gonna do it all yourself?
No. Yeah, there. Are we done?
Look at
The
this.
sides? Okay. There we go. Well, why did you hit my hand like you were swatting a fly? Okay, so for the shelves, we should be looking at 42 1/8 inch, and hopefully it should be able to give it a really nice tight fit between the two walls of the bookcase. All right, let's see if this is actually 42 1/8 inch. Right on it. All right, I'm gonna do kind of a rough fit of this to make sure that even though it is 42 1/8 inch, I wanna make sure that it actually fits snug where it needs to go. Moment of truth. Is that? Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see this here, but there's a lip where it's sticking out right there. But it's firmly pressed into the wall. See, there's a gap there, but it's flush right there. It's because the wall's uneven. So that means that we're going to have to then go in and custom fit every single one of these shelves into place. I guess there is a chance that the wall is not uneven towards the top here. That could be a different situation, but I think it's probably gonna end up being one of those things where we won't know till it's hanging. All right, so the left-hand side is a different measurement because of course. So I gotta take that. So this side is 42 and a half. Oh, I forgot to wear a mask that time. I can feel it. Okay, so it is officially the next day. Tim and I didn't have the energy to hang the last of the bookshelves the other night, so...
What are you doing?
Cleaning up your mess.
Clean up my mess?
You left the heating pad out? Oh, hi, Ricky. Hi, pups. Anyways, so we're going to hang that now.
What up?
Hi.
What up, Buster?
Okay, bye. Well, hi,
Oh,
Cody. Hi. So apparently, I am hanging these shelves because shortly after that, Tim just walked away.
It's about time you did something on this channel. So don't worry, I've showed up. The work can now commence. Am I doing? Why am I getting all the tools? Why are you literally just sitting there?
Because you had an attitude, so I figured that...
Well, at least one of us has something. You don't have shit. You're just sitting there.
I figured, you know what, Rose? If Tim's going to have an attitude, I'm going to at least give him justification for it.
Oh!
We're ready to rage.
You call me fat?
Who is?
You should put that on a t-shirt.
Are you calling me
You
fat?
call me fat when you stand like this.
I don't know what I'm going to do when I'm not a bartender.
I know what you're going to do.
What?
You're going to renovate stuff.
No, I just mean I don't know, insane stories. Like stuff that's always happening in my life. I don't know, what is it going to be?
It's true. I mean, kind of the reason why we're dating is because you had all the bartender stories.
Yeah. So fun fact, one of the reasons why Tim and I started talking, or one of the things that kept our conversations going when we first met at the dog park was... And we legitimately only saw each other at the dog park. So it was every day at 5 o'clock. And which is funny because neither of us are people of habit. I just went because I knew you were there.
Yeah, same. I went to see you.
But one of the ways that we kept talking was because stuff was always happening at my job. I'd show up and Tim was like, got any crazy bar stories? And I'd, without a doubt, every time I'd be like, yep. I'm wondering if I should start telling you guys some of these stories.
Yeah, you want.
I should.
You want to do story time with Rose?
We could, as I'm doing these projects. Let me know if it's something you guys want to hear. Comment down below if you want to hear some of these insane bar stories.
They're pretty good. They're pretty good.
I work in a real hole.
Yeah, you do.
So thank you. So people do very questionable
things. I love you. I do not love your job.
I don't either. It's also in LA, so people just are crazier here.
Yeah. The guy who fell asleep on the toilet. The guy who got hit by a car.
No one was hurt, by the way. I mean, except for the guy that got hit by the car. But I mean, he survived. Maybe I should just tell him the story. We had a security guard that was built like a brick house. This ex-pro fighter, 6'5". I mean, the man was unbelievably massive.
And extraordinarily nice.
But he knew how to handle himself. And more importantly, he knew how to handle customers that were really acting out of line. So anyways, one day this guy comes in and he's flying on PCP. And for those of you that don't know what PCP is, I had no idea what it was either until this guy showed up. PCP apparently is a drug that you can't feel pain, you can't feel anything. So you think that you're invincible when really you're obviously still human. And it also has the effects of drugs, so side effects that you might imagine. So PCP guy apparently had been harassing people at the restaurant 2 doors down from us before he showed up into our bar and started harassing people, unsurprisingly, in our bar. Now, when I say he was harassing customers in our bar, I mean that he was legitimately walking up to them, punching him in the arm, Michael Jackson laughing, and then running away.
Seriously?
Yes.
I don't think you told me that part of the story.
Yeah, he was going up to people and he goes, and then off. So obviously he started to piss people off because sometimes he was doing it to like women too. Like it wasn't just guys. So finally he did it to our security guard, the one that was built like a brick house, right? And he got pissed. He grabs this guy and he drags him out of the bar. So obviously, after getting thrown out, the guy was pretty enraged. And naturally, because he's under the influence of God and everything, then he wants to come back inside. Except the security guard did not want to allow him back inside for obvious reasons. So it got to the point where our security guard had to stand in front of the front door with his arms crossed, barring the guy from physically walking into the building again. So at this point, the guy gets even more mad. So it's important to note that the bar that I worked at for this is on one of the busiest streets in Los Angeles. So he turned his back on the road while facing the bar, put both middle fingers up, and while backing up said, "F you, f your mom, f your dad, f your friends, f your dog." Now with each f you, he was taking one step backward, not paying attention to the road behind him. And he backed his ass out all the way back into the middle of the road. And now some of you are probably jumping to conclusions as far as what happens next. And rest assured, you're correct. In the middle of about his probably fifth you, he gets hit by a car. But the best part about all of this entire story is the fact that as soon as she hit him, she put the car in park, ran outside, and the first thing the guy does is he gets up like nothing ever happened to him, points at the security guard in front of all the people that are surrounding him, and he just says, "He pushed me." But no, he was fine. I mean, like paramedics, ambulances, like they all showed up.
Yeah.
30 minutes later, he's just sitting there chilling. I heard he was fine after the fact too. Like he did not suffer any significant consequences for his actions other than
getting hit by a car.
I really like how they turned out.
Yeah.
That just means that this upcoming week I need to prime them and paint them and...
Yay! High five.
All right, well, that's all I got.
Yeah.
You guys want to go for your walk? Overall, I am so happy with how this has turned out so far. And I am also very excited for the painting that comes next, which will make it look even more official. If you're interested in videos like the one you're watching now, then this video here might be worth a watch.